Hello, and welcome to another episode of TPK, the show so named so that if I do accidentally kill all of my players, I can just call it branding. Yes, welcome to the Players Keep. And speaking of those players, let me introduce you to them now. Right on my left, I have Dewi Gray and Pete Austin. And left on my right, I have Ben Fenner and Kendall Boardman.
A Kendall!
A little extra for you.
Thank you.
Really put some mustard on it.
Put some
Nice.
mustard on that bad boy.
We have no announcements, no things to talk about, and so let us not keep the players waiting.
No.
Let us not keep you waiting.
Sweaty.
It is time to enter the Players Keep.
Come now, friend, gather round, let the tale commence. Band together till the dawn breaks. Till the dawn breaks. Hear the call, the power, the rise and fall. Under twilight will inspire all your stories. You share the tale of victory and glories. Ooh, where do we run? Ooh, now the battle's begun. Ooh, when you're lost in the rain, light that fire and hold until the dawn breaks. Where do we go to take a chance on fate? The players keep go on a roll. Roll those dice for any path away. That's the players keep. Players keep go on a roll. Roll, man, though we take on stride. At the players keep.
In the last chapter of our story, we saw, in the heart of Moonwater, the Dawn Takers.
Dawn.
Thank you very much. Well done. On the eve of the baptism of the Champion of Stars, the Dawn Takers may not have been further apart than at that very moment. Broken and battered, the group tired endlessly to try and prepare for the baptism. Willow and Antonia getting ready, dressing themselves. Cricket and Sigismund trying as best they could to gain any advantage, any semblance of information that would inform them of what is to come. But alas, they gained nothing. And thus they walked to the water's edge of the massive lake that lay at the south of Moonwater and watched as the ritual began. Antonia walked out onto the surface of the lake with Willow. And in full view of the rest of the Dawn Takers, the Moon Chasers, and many of the citizens of Moonwater itself, Antonia invoked the rites of this ritual. But unfortunately, it was not the beautiful and peace-bestowing act that many assumed it to be. For this ritual was the final act of the Herald of Dalagar. As Antonia chanted the rites, The 4 moons that hang above Ilthansia were called forth and became full above Moonwater, turning the liquid that flows through and around the city into silver. And upon a mirror of the heavens, Willow stood beside Antonia as she finished the last rites. Her favour to Dalagar complete, her memories were returned, but in that moment, her life force was taken from her. And Antonia was asked to mark Willow 4 times, once for each of the moons. It was at this point that chaos broke out, Sigismund and Cricket knowing that something must be done, and so they darted onto the lake's surface to try and save Willow Kalira. A battle ensued between members of the Dawn Takers and members of the Moon Chasers as they fought to try and save the sacrifice that was Willow. And not only this, but they also had to reckon with an entity that had been plaguing them for Lexanoths, if not cycles. An aspect of Dalagar. But try as they might, Dalagar and the Moon Chasers could not succeed against the might of the Dawn Takers. In the final moments of the ritual, Antonia, with a broken heart, saw the light and turned from Dalagar, thus uniting the Dawn Takers once more. They freed Willow, and collectively they saw the end of the aspect of Dalagar. That is where we now pick up. We are going to keep a soft initiative here, as there are some of your enemies dying, and there are some that are very much alive. But at the end of Willow's turn, they are going to roll death saves. Cricket.
I have just been entombed by a big asteroid. There is a second where the dust settles, and then another second, and then just before the third second, when you go, oh God, he's not coming out of this, he comes bursting out from the cracks. As it lands, it's obviously scattered and smashed, and he comes flying straight up, one hand on his hat, out from this pile of rubble. As he bursts, a couple of these bits of rocks go flying behind him. As he jumps, he sees one, spins, and just kicks out at it, not moving the rock, but propelling himself towards the rest of the Dawn Takers. He lands on the water's surface. We're still, the ritual's over? We're still floating?
The ritual is over. The moons have returned to their regular phase. The water that spills over the falls and through the city has returned to this colourless form. The lake itself is still silver.
On or in?
On.
Perfect. I will land, turn that into a roll. Just take a kind of relax second. As he does that, he looks around and he tries to see what is the most immediate threat to the people he loves. He can see bodies, but he can maybe see Kateri. He can see the smoke where Avery was. I don't know if he can still see him.
You can see Avery because the smoke that was obfuscating Avery was that of Dalagar himself. And since that aspect has been destroyed, Avery now stands completely alone.
If I could use my action then to take an insight check just as a sweep and see what looks like the most immediate threat.
Yeah, give me an insight check.
Thank you very much. Can I do an insight check? Yeah, just give me 5 minutes. I'll get my dice.
Give him 10 hours to get his dice out.
Go, natural 20, 34.
Perfect. Although some of your enemies are conscious, they do not at this moment look to be an immediate threat. For Avery is looking around, confused, panic-stricken, but he's not looking at you, he's looking up, as if trying to find where the smoke has gone.
That's fine. The knife is not straight out in front. The elbow kind of dips, but it's not down by his side. There's still a feeling of readiness, and for his turn, he just continues observing.
Fine. You will also see that Kateri is looking around, but with more of a directness at you four. But there is a different element of panic and fear. She's looking around as if her world has shattered, as if she's been robbed. She looks distraught, for want of a better word.
That'll be my turn.
Kateri, looking around. No. What have you done?
What have you done?
Well, it doesn't matter now. It's all for nothing. It was all for nothing. Looks down and then looks at the fallen people. And she will go over. She will rush over to Lucin. And she will pump a cure wounds into him. But Lucin doesn't move. And she just looks over to the next person over, who is Jarrett. And she starts to move in that direction. Avery, looking around. You just hear.
He's got a dragon looming over him.
As he looks around, trying to find where the smoke has gone, you start to hear, No, I am here, I'm your herald! And then meets eyes with you, Willow. And just drops to his knees as he looks up at you. And you just see defeat across his face.
He gets to make a save for the frightened condition at the end of his turn.
I was going to say, I believe he already did. It's to save, sorry.
DC 21.
Not even close. Sigismund.
Yeah, after riding on a handmaid of ancestors, drops down to the surface of the lake once more. I look around, see Tony. The aspect is gone. I can only take that as a victory. So, sensing that we're pretty much out of danger at this point, or so he assumes, Siggy marches over to Tony and looks her furiously in the eyes for a second, grabs her by the shoulders, and pulls her into a hug. A step back. And I'm going to turn, and I'm going to head for the shoreline.
Okay.
Don't know if you're counting movement or what, but...
It's a loose initiative.
Okay. I'm making a beeline for Avery.
Avery is actually not on the shoreline. He is a little way... He was right up until the very end.
Okay.
At which point he rushed towards Dalagar.
Okay.
So he is where Dalagar was. So you can go on over and you start to come up behind Avery as he looks up at Willow, the astral dragon.
Okay. I will come up behind him, grab him by the hair, and much like the aspect of Dalagar, wrench his head back. It was your daughter! You piece of filth! And
I'll say at that moment, that is your turn.
Okay.
Tony.
I think when the smoke left her back and the aspect left her, I think she's just like hit with the most emptiest and alone that she's felt in a very long time. And when Kateri says it was all for nothing, her heart like drops again. But then Siggy's there and she just hugs him. But I think as he leaves her, she just stares off into the water. She's not doing anything.
You look down at the mirror and you see the clear night sky above. The stars. The nebula of colours. The moons.
Does she see the moon?
Yes. Willow.
Willow hasn't taken anything else in. She's just locked on him. And I think she's was waiting for his lucidness to come from the brain warp that must have been inflicted on him. And as he panics about it failing, remembers the look on his face watching her get sliced. And she will come right down low so that her snout is right up against him.
As you peer down, he picks his head up and sort of looks at you, not with pride, not with anger, just with fear and acceptance.
And she's going to use her 3 attacks. The first one, she's going to use her head to shove him, to knock him prone.
He just lies there on his back and he just looks up to the heavens.
And the second one, she will walk and she will place the claw over him, so he's pinned down. And she'll look to the left and see the moon chasers. Get them up now. And she directs that to everyone that's there.
Cricket.
Talk to me about the bodies I see on the lake. I see Lucin's
Lucin.
body,
Who Katiria's just gone over to.
and I've seen Kateri try, and nothing happened.
He is dead.
I see Jorit.
You do.
I see.
Pinlacked, the elderly gnome.
Okay. Is that? It's only those 2 left.
There were only 5 moon chasers that came onto the lake.
Yep.
The other 2 are Kateri and Avery.
Yeah, that's fine. How far apart are Pinlap and Jorit from each other?
They're about 20 feet from each other. Jorit, you can see. Sorry, no. Pinlacked and Jorit are about 10-ish feet from each other. You can see that Kateri started to move towards Jorit.
That's fine. As I see her moving towards Jorit, I imagine Jorit's towards us, so she goes for Lucin, and then she goes for us, and I take a side step as I see, and then hear Willow ask for them to be up, so I take half a step back, trying to signal, on you go, slot my knife, pull out something we've not seen in about 40 episodes, my last ether potion. I hold it in my hands and I kind of throw it up, catch it, and then look at Willow, throw it up, catch it, and then without moving, keeping myself in between anyone who might cause my people any harm, I just
If Kateri was going for Jorit, I'm assuming you're throwing this at Pinlack.
yes.
And as the ether fumes burst and fill the space, his short breathing starts to inhale the fumes. And Pinlight is revived. Thank you, Cricket.
No, that's grand. As he sees Pinlap take a breath, he gives him a couple of courtesy breaths, and then as he sees him begin to wriggle, he goes, "You can breathe freely. But don't get up yet."
Just shows his hands at where he lies.
That's fine. That's my turn.
Kateri goes on over to Jarrett. Pumps a cure wounds. And Jarrett breathes in a measured way. Avery just continues to lie there looking up at the heavens. Which means the top of the round, Sigismund.
I'll see Kateri go and revive Jarrett.
Mm-hmm.
I'm presuming Jarrett's probably the biggest guy.
Jarrett was the paladin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Physically biggest, I mean.
Yes,
Okay.
sorry.
And I'll go over to Jarrett, shoving Kateri out the way if I need to. And I'll just place a foot on his chest. And lower my axe to his neck. And stay there, awaiting further instruction.
Tony.
I think she hears Willow's words. And Lucen is the only one still on the floor. Or is there any more?
Lucen is the only one who is not conscious.
He's dead. Okay. Yeah, I think she'll just kind of, as if she's kind of on autopilot, just walk over to him and yeah, I feel like autopilot kicks in and she sees this person who meant so much to Willow and she knows that he did, but all of the confusion is still in her head about how he was acting. She doesn't know if this is the right decision, but she'll listen to what Willow asked. So she'll pull a diamond out of her bag and press it to his chest and try and revivify him.
Press the diamond to his chest. And you push your divine energy through it into him. And you feel the diamond melt away. And your hand comes to rest on his chest. His eyes flutter open. Looks around. With all of the moon chasers revived and kept watch upon, I will say we are now out of initiative, and thus you may act freely.
I'm going to insight check Luke.
Give me an insight check.
36.
What are you looking for?
My Luke. Not the Luke that was here.
He's not there.
Same.
Same.
She'll claw pressed.
Just looking at the sky.
How many people has he done what he did to me?
I don't know.
As she's studying him, just so I know, doesn't matter if not, is the orb still white?
Mm-hmm.
So nothing's changed in that respect. Cool. She'll look towards Luke. Why the sudden change of heart? You didn't want to be here.
Felt like I needed to protect them. You seen him die right before your eyes, and changes you.
Tony. Diamond dust. Now.
Should I get some out and cast Grey Restoration?
And in this dragon form, there is the love-struck teenager that fell in love with Luke. That was such a positive relationship, even though it had finished and it was meant to finish. He holds a part of her that no one will ever take away because he was her first everything. She's sat inside Willow, crossing everything she has that this is a mind fuckery. The dragon doesn't show any of that.
Yeah. What spell are you casting?
Great Restoration.
You walk on up to...
I'm with him on the floor. I just brought him back.
Sorry.
It's all right.
You kneel over Luke and take out the dust. And you sprinkle it over his form. And it hangs over him in this beautiful gossamer silk of diamond dust. And it pools and liquefies into liquid silver like the mirror, and then sinks into him and fades. The spell sinks into Luke's form. Looks around at everyone, and you just see emotion after emotion after emotion flash over his face. And he looks at Avery. And you see all of those emotions settle into fury.
Did you know? To Avery.
Did I know what?
That he was doing this to people. Did you ask for it? Tell me what you know. And she's going to lift her claw up with him and just slam him back into the ground. You snidey piece of cowardice shit. Did you know?
No.
Insight check.
Yeah. He's going to use a charge to gain advantage on this. That is hot.
35.
Come on, come on, come on.
35. Please bear with me one moment, so sorry. Hmm. 33. He's lying by omission. He's being careful with his words. He's not telling you something. You don't know what, but he is lying. He's going to make an insight check on you. What does he see on a 16?
Hell hath no fury.
Would he recognize that you recognize that he's lying on a 16?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think the rage that he feels wouldn't give him a fear of about to die. He would get the fear of something much worse.
Make me an intimidation check at advantage. And you can use your wisdom modifier in place of this because you are at this point a dragon.
22.
It wasn't him. It was me.
All of them.
No.
Which ones?
Jar.
Just for Ben's clarification, he's implying that Jorah also has.
Yes.
Cool.
I think hearing that, Tony will, again, autopilot, go over to Jar and just, you've got your foot on him.
And my axe.
And she's just going to sprinkle it over his head. Cast Great Restoration.
Cast Greater Restoration. And once again, that diamond dust melts over him in that liquid silver. And he and just looks, and as soon as his eyes light on Luke, he just stops. And he just looks at Luke.
I'm going to look to Willow for reassurance before I remove my foot and
That's fine.
As she feels the relief of Jorah having a similar thing, the head, like a snake, will just veer to the left and gaze at Kateri because she wasn't said.
No.
Siggy, grapple her.
I remove my foot and my axe. And immediately headlock, pressing my arm into her throat.
You see, as you turn around, Kateri sort of like starts backing up, and you just take a couple of steps, grab her by the bracelet, the rim of her breastplate. Sorry, spin her around.
If I
Get her
can,
into a
I'd have to
headlock.
disarm her as well.
Just commanding her to drop the mace that she carries. She
What about Antonia? Pressure.
What are you asking for my clarification?
What's been done to her?
I do not know.
I'll insight check.
Yeah.
35 again.
He is telling the truth
37,
this time.
sorry, 37. He's telling the truth.
He's telling the truth. He doesn't know. His actions were affecting the Moon Chasers. He has had no involvement with Antonia.
She'll lift the claw up a bit to reveal his holy symbol.
Mm-hmm.
And with her other claw, she will grab it, yank it off his neck, and will attempt to crush it.
Okay. You attempt to crush it, and it does not crush
That's fine.
in your hand. As you reveal it, the chain warps. The stone itself is completely unmarked, and you get the sense that this object has been bolstered with magical energy. This is a magical item.
Mm-hmm. She chucks it towards Cricket
Mm-hmm.
without making eye contact because she's not looked at Cricket.
Mm-hmm.
In the back.
I think he's been surveying. He's kept a intensified eye on Luke as Tony's moved away, just to make sure Luke doesn't do anything. But he sees something go at the corner of his eye, and he just catches it.
I'd also like to just keep a quick eye on Pinlight.
Yeah, you can do so. Luke and Jorah have sat up. They exchange a look, and Luke nods at Jorah, and Jorah just... But they are looking around. They can see something is going on. They don't move more than that. Pinlact has also sat up, put his back towards the periphery of the lake so that he can see all of this, but he is sort of like on the edge of all of this, and he's just surveying. But now and again, give me a perception check.
Ooh, that's good. 23.
Now and again, when he thinks no one is watching, he's inching back. Not necessarily to outright run, but that intent is there.
Okay.
It's more of a, I don't really know what's going on. I'm just trying to distance myself as much as possible. I'm trying to get myself to safety. And that could involve running, you're not sure, but you do see just now and again just a slight shuffle.
I'll catch Jarrett's eye. Sorry about the axe. Go get him. Motioning towards Pinlight.
He's going to make an insight check on you. Stands up and just walks over and draws that gleaming, like, blue sword and just sort of points it at Pinlight.
Tell me the truth about the betrayal.
Make me a persuasion check. Or intimidation. Either one, add your wisdom.
Okay. It'll be advantage because of foresight as well.
It will indeed.
I'll do with persuasion, even though I'm adding my wisdom, I'm proficient. Can I use proficiency on top still?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no matter which
Yeah.
skill, add your proficiency if you're proficient in it anyway.
That's good. 19.
19. What is there to tell? You, I'm sure, can figure out enough. For context, that was a failure. He is not persuaded in this moment. At this, Luke speaks up. Okay. Then if that fuck won't tell you, I will. And he stands up. Sort of kind of just directing all of this to Avery, not even to you. You know that I had a feeling. Couldn't put my finger on it. Something was off. We got here, and I didn't like it. I asked you to go. Come with me. But we stayed. And that's fine. That night, this spineless fucking weasel took us to see Diana Thor, and there was a betrayal. But it didn't come from your mom. Turns out this piece of shit had been planning something all along. He attacked Callistriol. He was trying to worm his way in to Moonwater to enact this, I assume. I think your mom knew. And in the middle of everything, she disappeared. And she came back and said that we would never see you again. After the dust settled, this fuck, and he runs over and just smashes a fist across Avery's face. Changed my fucking mind. And modified my memory so that I would think she killed you. Modified Jarrett as well. Turned us to his side. Made sure his events were what we thought. Made us his allies. Looks around and casts an eye at Kateri. Because we clearly didn't have the faith that some of the other chasers did. He then questioned your mom. Tried to get her to tell us where you went. He used your mombi against her. And when that didn't work, he killed her. And she still wouldn't give you up. And then eventually, he stopped the interrogation. Just like that. I assume because he was told you were coming to us.
About 6 months after.
Might be about that, yeah. That point, we'd gained a lot of favor in the city. Helped them, rebuild after the fight. And he started slowly spreading his lies. Painting Callistriol as a plant for some dark force. Just this motherfucker the whole time.
When the aspect appeared,
Yes.
you very cinematically said to me that I see the form of Dalagar.
Yes.
Does that come with... Was that just badass moment, or did that come with Willow knew who he was in that moment?
Can you clarify that for me? As in...
She has no idea who Dalagar is up until this point.
Yeah, she doesn't...
He's havering to her.
Yes. At that moment, you knew that aspect was the person that robbed you of your memories. You did not suddenly
Get his name.
gain
No, that's fine.
his name.
What was Haverin's goal?
At this, Luke looks down at Avery. And you assume that Luke doesn't know. Avery is just looking up at the heavens.
Tony. What was Haverin's goal?
I just wanted to bring him back.
And what did he want? She's not looking towards Tony. She's
Absolutely.
basically going to insight check his reaction to whatever
Avery's
she
or
makes.
Luke?
Avery.
Sorry. Avery. Give me an insight check.
But
Although the necklace is not around his neck, he is... it's now in the bag.
Different plane of existence, technically.
That's an auto-unattune, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he cannot use a charge to gain advantage.
if he's still
on it.
frightened, he'll also have disadvantage because
He has disadvantage. Thank you very much. Oh,
34.
it would have been a natural 19, but at disadvantage, that is a 21. That is a fail.
Yeah. So she asked Tony what did he want, because you said I just want to bring him back, and she'll press down on Avery as Tony says what she says.
There, as she says, I just wanted to bring him back. There is not a smile, but there is a look of, if it was stronger, it would be interest. There is so much apathy that it is diluted. You get the sense this is new information to him.
Still ask the question.
No, by all means.
He wanted to do to them what they did to him.
Which was?
To hide him.
What is everyone's passive perception?
Mine's 18. I was going to say Cricket looks up at Haveron's white moon and sees it unhidden and knows that he probably doesn't know enough to understand whatever nuance they're talking about, but as far as he's concerned, Haveron's not hidden. He's right there.
Give me an investigation check at advantage. Yes.
Mine is 14, so I think Ziggy's just pure confused.
That's fine.
22.
Thank you. I'll say, Tony, you probably don't notice this right now.
Investigation 22, passive is 18.
Investigation, you look up the moon, it's always been there. You've never not been able to see it unless it was a new moon. Haveron, as you knew him, is not what you saw here.
I've never seen a physical depiction of him.
No, you have not. But if Tony was the conduit for the aspect, and Haveron was her god, and her god was hidden, Haveron cannot be Antonia's god.
I'll sit with that for a second.
Okay. As Antonia says this, Willow, you looking at Avery with your back to Moonwater, and thus the rest of the lake in front of you, you suddenly notice there is a figure stood in the center of the lake, about 200 feet away.
I'll try and figure out what figure.
Make me a perception check at advantage because you have the 9th level spell Foresight cast upon you.
Extended.
And you're moving no more than half your speed.
And I'm giving the help action for some reason.
31.
Yes.
You see a man, and he is standing on this silver mirror. Tall, masculine figure. Skin, a beautiful, deep midnight blue. He wears a beautiful, sleeveless, high-collared, long-tailed coat of black. And thus you can see on his face, his neck, everywhere you can see skin, there are flecks of starlight. The coat is embroidered with swirling patterns of white, orange, blue, and pink. You can see that the trousers and boots he wears are a similar black but fade to midnight blue again, almost becoming incorporeal. And above his head floats a crown of astral energy with 4 small moons that orbit him. He begins to step forward. And as he does so, more figures appear. On his left, a tall, elven figure, very well built. Dark brown skin, short cropped brown hair. The eyes are covered by a tattered orange cloth. He holds a tall wooden walking stick in his left hand. He's wearing beautiful terracotta traveler's clothes with a darker cloak wrapped around him, and there is a lantern hanging upon the wooden staff with an orange orb floating in its center. To the first figure's right, a beautiful, curvaceous woman, round face, caring eyes. She's wearing a stunning dress of blue. A dark blue underbust corset accentuates her chest. Long flowing sleeves of light sheer blue material drape around her arms. The dress flows and sways like tides, and her black hair cascades down her back. On her right ear hangs a large earring, a blue orb of crystal. To the orange figure's left, you see a very beautiful, androgynous-looking individual wrapped in many layers of robes of several different shades of pink. Around their neck hangs a necklace with a pink stone orb that softly glows with a beautiful pink light. And to the back right of the figure, in the center, you see a masculine figure, smaller than all of the rest. You can't see much of his form, as he wears a cloak of glistening white that covers most of his face and body, and his head is bowed. He clasps his hands together in front of him, and you can see that on his finger there is a modest-looking ring with a white stone set into it. The figure in the center moves towards you all and stops. Looks at you.
We're seeing this?
You are all... sorry. You would not necessarily see this unless you notice Willow. You would notice Willow looking. You can make your own decisions.
I think I'm still... Well, I'm grappling Kateri, but
That's fine. I will say then, if you're grappling Kateri and looking at Willow, they are to your back.
Okay.
But you see Cricket look over your shoulder and begin to do that kind of fencer's step, just slowly walking to put himself in
That
between.
puts a bit of
That's
panic
fine.
in Siggy,
You
and
sort
I'm
of
gonna-
shift Kateri round, and then you see this. And I will say Antonia, with all of this movement and directed sight, you look over as well. You know exactly who every single one of these figures are. The man in the center looks at you. Looks behind you. Casts a hand. And you realize that in the backdrop of all of this, there has been chaos on the shoreline. Screaming. Crying. Mania had erupted on the shores. And then it all goes silent. Figure returns his hand. think that is where we're going to take our break.
Fuck.
Yeah.
We will be back very soon. Please join us in a couple of minutes. And welcome back.
And welcome, Jack.
This figure steps towards you. And as they lower their hand, look at you all, he speaks. Hello, Dawn Takers. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I would not like to assume that you know who I am. So let me introduce myself. I am Dara, the Moon King. And he bows at you all. I have many things to say. And I am unsure as to which would be most appropriate to start with. I think gratitude. Thank you. All for what you have done here today. I suspect you do not know the gravity of the situation. But what you have done here is no small feat. And before I tell you why, I would like to confess my sincerest apologies to each and every one of you. And he looks at you, and with the questions that you had hanging in the air, begins to regale you, but includes the rest of the Dawn Takers. As Antonia has sung to you, my love for Oralis was so great. I created my children, the Moon Watchers. You know 4 of them. Qualero, Nelaguia, Vantha, and Havarin. But these are not all my children. When I conceived the moons, there was a 5th. Dalagar. I created each moon to uphold an aspect of myself. To serve Oralis, to shine her light on everyone who could not see it. But Dalagar was unsatisfied with his existence. All he wanted was my love. And I couldn't give it to him. He grew hateful, spiteful, jealous. And he fell. He sundered himself. He released his rage, his hate, his jealousy. And I could not bear to look at him. Every time I did, I was reminded of my failings, my shortcomings. My shame. And so I hid him. I sequestered him away in the darkness, not wanting anyone to see my failings. I scrubbed him from the ledger of mortals. I did what I could to blot out his existence. But that only made him stronger. And that is why I come to you with an apology. It is because of my hand that this has been done to you. So I am sorry. He pauses for a moment and looks up to the heavens. Dalagar was my fault, and I must take responsibility for him. I hid him away for what he was. And yet he was what he became because I hid him away. He grew in power because he was unseen, forgotten. Let us fix that. And he raises his hands up to the skies. You see many things happen in these next moments. Next to Nelagwir, you see a woman made of the silver water of the lake emerge from the water's surface. She loops her arm around Nelagwir's and rests her head on her shoulder, her silver hair flowing over the woman like water. This woman wears a beautiful white dress, thin straps about her shoulders, and a train that settles all around her on the lake's surface. Above these 5 figures, you see the night shift in a weird twisting knot, fading into view ever so slightly, and you can make out a massive serpent-like creature, a huge draconic head, 6 feather-covered wings, its entire form made of night, barely visible against the darkness. Off from the water's edge, in between the trees, you see a massive, stocky, mammal-like creature walk out of the trees. It has a rounded body, but a face with a short trunk-like nose. You see a gigantic tapir. Its dark black hide shifts with colours of nebula in stripes that flow over its back. Set into its head 3 pairs of glowing amber eyes, and it walks out on 8 legs onto the lake to join the others. And from above the canopy, a bird swoops down and lands on the tapir's back. You see an owl of gleaming white with 3 pairs of wings that carry it down, and its face looks at you all with 3 eyes that shine out at you and 2 beaks that clack together as it looks at you. And each one of these figures starts to glow slightly as Dara lifts his hands up to the heavens. And he pulls. You feel the very fabric of reality quiver and tremble, and there is a deep and far off cosmic rumble that if you concentrate extremely hard, you just about manage to catch. And then from the sky, something shifts. Slowly, oh so slowly, something begins to emerge from the deepest darkness of the night sky, and you watch as Dara calls forth the 5th moon of the Moon Watchers. Growing in size, coming into the light, you can see what was once a moon like the others. However, this moon is not whole. Hanging in the sky, you can see a shattered sphere of rock. Its colour has long since faded from a brightness and vibrancy, and it is now a sickly pastel yellow. Its fragments hang in an eerily still tableau, and from the core of it, many tendrils of purple smoke and dust emanate out and around it. The shattered moon of Dalagar has once more returned to the skies. There is not much more that I can say, nor do. But if I may, Willow Kalira, and he is asking to approach.
What does that mean for him?
Dalagar drew his power from being unseen. I have brought him into the light. I will no longer shy away from my shame.
But what of his? Many of us know the loss of a father's love. He's not innocent just because he got hurt.
No. He is not. Dalagar has done many wrongs. I say this not to excuse my child, but to accept my part of the blame in what he became. But Dalagar was and forever will be fallen. And I cannot change that. All I can do is endeavor to stop him from doing something like this ever again.
I'm going to insight check the king of the moons.
Go for
I
it.
have a 9th level
You
spell.
do have a 9th level
Gives you
spell.
advantage.
You do.
And I have a plus 18.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. Do you know what? Let's use some cosmic dice.
Can I come and whisper to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll find out after.
Insight check.
Which one? That one. 36.
36. What are you looking for, Willow?
Just, yeah, honesty. I know it seems ludicrous to think
No.
that he would be lying in this moment,
No,
but I
that's okay.
think she wants to know that what he's saying
Yeah.
about Dalagar's future is true.
Yeah. As you look at him, he is regarding the shattered moon. And as you try and read his expression, he looks at you as if he's felt your intent. He closes his eyes for a second, and a flood of emotion passes over and through you. And he allows you to see into him that he is being completely transparent. His intent is to take from Dalagar the source of his power, which is him being unseen, to try and stop him from spreading darkness in the world. He is trying to fix a problem he believes he was, at least in part, responsible for. And he just allows that to pass over you. Shorthand, he is being honest.
I'm going to have a song for you to write. Everyone will know the pettiness of Dalagar. And within that, he will remain powerless for eternity.
He just holds your gaze, and you can see that he is entirely accepting of this. He is completely in agreement with you.
Do I still feel, he was trying to gauge whether he could come to me?
Yes.
Has that been achieved, or is that still...
He let that go for a moment,
Yeah.
but with this interaction sort of ebbing, it re-emerges.
I think she'll turn to Haverin she assumes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry I insulted you with his etiquette.
You see the figure remains with a bowed head, but where their hands are clasped, they just place one hand over their heart. And you get the sense that they are completely accepting and they do not hold any animosity whatsoever. Haverin is, after all, a god of mercy.
And she'll turn back to Dara and bow her head, not in worship,
No,
but just out
absolutely.
of a signal of...
He approaches you, lifts your head, and then looks at your right hand and asks for it.
And obviously it's a huge dragon claw at the moment.
Yeah.
But I guess for flavour, because I can change my shape, could I reveal just the humanoid arm?
Ooh, I'll say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You sort of the dragon scales sort of ripple away, and Willow's hand emerges, and Dara lightly accepts it and goes to pull off the glove,
Yeah.
but looks at you,
Mm-hmm.
pulls it off, and you can see that mark is there. The filigree of black is slightly there, but it has receded somewhat. He just places a hand, and there is a nebula that swirls around. And he lifts it off. And you can see that the mark of Dalagar is gone. He will no longer be connected to you. He will no longer watch for you. You will be free. And he releases your hand.
Dragon claw.
Would you ask anything else of me?
Is her mind clouded?
I will attend to that momentarily. You get the impression that that was already on his
Yeah, that's fine.
list. And so he looks back at you as if to ask, that is already given. Is there anything else you would ask?
There is one thing, but I'm not ready to ask it yet. It's not much.
Should the time come, ask of it. He nods, and he turns his attention to you.
Anger in her eyes. Rage.
Antonia, I am sorry. I am sorry because my son manipulated you. am sorry because though it may not be true of my child Vantha and all that they stand for, he believed he did love you. And I know you loved him. He looks at you and looks at the staff. A gift given in faith cannot so easily be taken away. You will always be a herald. But if you should choose it, I would be honored if you would be a herald of the Moon Watchers. I hope that this opportunity gives you direction in a time where you may not be able to see the path. That on your journey, you find peace after all that has happened. That you continue to love and be loved by those around you. That you receive the mercy you should have for all these cycles. And he takes a knee and bows his head. And though I will never admonish you if you do not give it, I humbly ask for your mercy in return. And then he stands. And as with Willow, there is something floating in the air, should you ever wish to ask it. At this, he speaks not to you now, but to the citizens on the shoreline. These people here these 4 dawn takers their hearts are pure and their word is true. Deception has been rife in this place for so long. And it is hard to believe after being subject to such lies. Believe them. Trust in them. They shall guide you to the light. With that, he steps back. The dragon above and fades. The woman of silver back into the water. The eight-legged tapir back into the forest. The owl up into the air. And one by one, the figures fade, leaving only Dara, the Moon King, before he too fades. The owl swoops once more and lands in front of you and just and disappears.
I look back down at my dad.
There is a mixture of disbelief, awe, but that same apathy and emptiness of defeat.
I will fly up with him in her claws.
And the wind just past you as you ride up and up and up. There is no cloud in the sky on this cold Frost Creek night, and you can just take in the entire sky.
And I'll fly up and up and up and up. And when we get to a similar point, just for poetry of where she got, when she just came back from Raised Dead, she will hover and bring him up in front of her. I think in this moment I'm meant to have that good guy shit where I find empathy, forgiveness, compassion, and I meant to say you can live with what you've done. Reflect on your actions for the rest of your life. Thanks to you and to that, everything good that Mom and Mumby raised me to be was unseen as the pathetic being you dedicated your life to. However, look into my eyes. Because I've still not killed anyone. Until now.
Chills. Literal chills.
What I will say
There's
is,
nothing.
as he falls, she will let him feel what her mum would have felt just as he was getting rid of her. Will drop her wings and, as aerodynamic as possible, run down.
And with how massive you are, you very easily swoop down to him.
Yeah, but I will follow him.
Mhm.
I'll basically catch up speed.
Yeah. And you just are falling.
And obviously you guys will see this form full. And just as he's about to hit the ground, she will grab him and flare her wings out.
And you can see he's pale. He's broken at this point.
You don't get to dictate what anyone does anymore. In fact, and she will start speaking in Elvish, a chant, a spell, and at 8th level, I'm going to cast Gaius.
Okay.
And the spell that I will cast upon him is that he will no longer be allowed to ask or accept help from anyone.
Okay. Okay.
It is a save. Unfortunately, it is a wisdom save, but I will use my reaction to woe his result. -4.
Natural 1.
Poetry. Now that's poetry.
Poetry. Natural fucking 1. Beautiful. And you see this pink shimmer over his eyes. And he just bows his head.
This is violent. She's going to put her claws into his mouth,
Okay.
twist and detach his tongue,
Okay.
and immediately cast Cure Wounds to seal.
Yeah. 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 You basically with no restraint behind what is usually a very empathetic, giving, and altruistic act, this divine energy burns the stump of his tongue and cauterizes it.
Get to the back of the line and listen. And she'll drop so that he feels like he's fallen, but we're not high. So
Yeah.
he just hits the ground. And she'll drop to the ground and change her shape back into Willow.
And you re-emerge as Willow. With your passive perception, are you fairly close to where you were standing?
Yeah, pretty much exactly in the same point.
You will absolutely hear Luke just go, "Fuck yeah." What's your passive perception, Willow?
22.
Continue.
She'll walk over to Tony.
As you tear your eyes away from Cricket, you see that Luke is running off. Just FYI. Towards Moonwater. Don't know if that changes anything,
No.
but yeah, no.
I shall just give her a hug.
You notice, as you walk over to Tony, that the orb in her staff is black.
And she'll just say in her ear, unconditionally. Forever. And I think she'll ride whatever emotion Tony has with her and help her deal with this moment.
She's literally like clinging on to you.
She can do whatever she wants. She's powerless now.
I have to go hug my friends. Don't go nowhere. And Siggy starts like fully sobbing as he collides with both Willow and Tony.
There's three bodies hugging, and then like a cat that tries to get into your bed at night. You feel at your knees a little kind of someone burrowing in, and then from the inside he's just
I think there's a moment where like Willow like flops to like the ground and sits back on her own weight, but kind of stays clutching with everyone.
Man, I wish Haverin had stuck around. I just wanted to check whether we were good, you know, because
I'm sorry.
no.
I am. I just thought we deserved better, you know.
You do. You have a chance to get better for you.
There's always a choice, Antonio. You taught me that.
you had me fooled with that knife.
I think she just looks up at the moon.
I track Tony's eyes. Which moon?
The new moon. The moon. Sorry. I'm glad you're all okay.
Me too.
Did I at least look good when I was floating in the air?
Oh, so fucking cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
Don't be making jokes like that.
Did I not?
You were both like a pair of angels.
Were.
You know, towards the end. I won't lie, I thought we were goners for a second there. Thank you for coming through. Both of you. So we met the moon gods. First time I met the god who didn't try to kill me.
I hated them for so long.
They're kind of cool. Especially Vantha. Actually quite like pink.
Do you still hate them?
I think so.
Okay. Then so do I. Just a little bit.
It's so wrong.
It doesn't make him right.
No, I know. That's why I couldn't do it. I do think he deserves more, but so do you.
what Dara said. He brought it on himself. But I won't deny. I understand your pain.
Even if he did love you, Tony, a drowning hand will always pull someone down. And you do silly things for the people you love. You owe me a pair, by the way.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm really sorry I used magic on you. I was getting kind of desperate.
I literally nearly killed her, so.
Oh, yeah.
And I told you that Hebron was one of the good ones, even though I thought that he was the reason that my whole
Yeah.
family were dead. Hey, tit for tat.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Siggy flashes back to the dragon.
But I am sorry.
I accept your apology.
I didn't lie about that. I wanted to. It was always supposed to be Havrin.
What? You?
They just didn't let me go to the ceremony.
Didn't?
Yeah.
They wouldn't let you be a cleric?
No. So.
Because of initial stroke.
So I found another way. Because I'd worked too hard for it not to.
I gained a sister.
I've lost so many people. But you're still here.
Yeah.
You just try getting rid of us.
I mean, don't try too
I
hard.
won't try. I don't want
Okay.
to.
But don't do that again. That was scary.
I think she did a pretty good job. She
Liz just hugs you all together. She wraps her tail around you all.
What is that? Oh, yeah.
Get out of my ass! I will glance towards where Luke was running.
He's not there. He's disappeared.
Does there seem to be any sort of commotion? Like in the direction where he was running to? I know it's just like a general...
No.
General direction.
No. You can see that what people remain on the shoreline of La Sierra.
Yeah.
They are all themselves again. And they are just standing. And they are watching you all.
I see Willow looking after Luke.
Mm-hmm.
I turn my eyes to Jorrit. Do I see concern or anything in his eyes?
Jorrit has mainly been looking at Pinlat. His focus has been on Pinlat. So hasn't noticed.
He didn't notice his brother running past him.
Nope. Because
'Cause he's stealthy
Willow
as
didn't
fuck.
notice
He's a rogue.
until she looked from where she was. He beat her passive perception.
Should I have not noticed?
Yeah, no, sorry.
I don't do any of that.
Because when Willow looked up, he was right next to her.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So she would have seen it.
No, that's fine.
But yeah, sorry.
I do not look at Jorah. I do not look for concern.
The people like looking at us expectantly, or are they just
Yes and no.
Just hugging on the way.
There's a
Crying,
there's a little
crying.
there's a lot of awe. There's a lot of disbelief.
Look at the moon watches.
They have just seen their entire pantheon alight upon their most
they got to see it as
sacred
well.
ground.
That's fun.
Yo, yeah, you can tell by looking at them, they have been witness to everything that has just happened.
Miracle.
Yeah, a divine miracle, the likes of which you've no idea has just occurred, and you are at the epicenter of it. So they are just watching.
I think I'll turn to Willow and be like, do you want me to handle this?
No. Okay. And I'll walk up. And
To the shoreline.
yes. And bring my dad.
Oh,
yeah, fuck, I
forgot about him.
Bring that man.
Avery. I'll walk over to Avery.
He's not there.
Oh no! Willow! He's gone.
I scan the shoreline, see if I can.
Give me an initiative check.
1.
Give me a perception check with disadvantage.
If I'm moving no more than half my speed, can I roll flat?
Yes.
Christ, Pete.
18.
Reliable.
That was a 3.
You look around, and where Avery was, he's no longer there. And you look to the shore, and you can't see him. So you look out to the lake's edge. You see two figures disappear into the trees.
Fuck.
Oh, fucking Katsiri. Whatever. They'll get lost in
Stack
the
of
Eternity
death.
Forest.
Oh god.
You want him?
Now let them go.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. Are we all okay? That was a lot.
Yeah, I think so. Just barely a word.
Okay. Well, I think everyone needs to take a day or a night, burrito themselves up in some sort of blanket. Who's in charge?
You see them all look around, because the High Speaker is now gone. You see a couple of the council members, and they sort of all look And then a figure steps forward who you recognize to be Lois Tolado. You recognize him, but you didn't get his name. Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
How do we chat with him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bald, bluey silver skin.
Yes.
Yeah, sound.
Lois steps forward. I do believe that it is to be reassigned.
Okay, great.
But for now, I will speak for the council and for the people. What do you need?
Well, I think all of the council should be questioned vigorously just to see if there's any more defectives amongst you.
That is probably very wise.
Great. And I think everyone, if anyone's meant to work tonight, it's a bank holiday tomorrow, so you all get a day off.
What's a bank?
I don't know. We're on a bank of a water. It's just
Oh,
so.
yeah, bank holiday.
Yeah.
That's fucking perfect. That is fucking unreal. The Moonwater Annual Bank Holiday.
The day that all the moon watchers came down.
Yeah. You would name it a religious holiday, though.
The one day on the side of the banks. Over
You guys have done some dumb shit in this campaign. Sorry, you guys have tried to do some dumb shit in this campaign, and I've been able to bat it aside. I hate that I am powerless to the fact that the Dawn Takers have just invented bank holidays.
Yeah! What date is it, Jack? Put it in your calendar.
I'll tell you in a moment.
It's the 10th of Fifth. It's something like that.
You're not far off. I will tell you in a moment. Willow, please continue with your bank holiday speech. Fuck my life.
She stood on the bank delivering this message. So, let's prep enough food and beverages for a day of swapping gifts. Spending time with the people you love. Carving birds that are cooked. And have a massive merriment for whichever god it is that you worship. Yours could be Haverimus if you wanted.
As she says that, as she gestures ever so slightly to the left, and her body moves in the silhouette reflection of this lake like a mirror. There is just one tree that pokes above the rest of them, and as she gestures off to the left, it looks like the champion of the stars is on top of a lovely tree.
That's fucking dumb. Even I feel like
top of the cavernous tree.
she's the star.
She's a star.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Even I feel like we're pushing our luck down.
Thank you for that addition, Pete. Please continue, Willow.
That sounds great.
But I think on the eve of that, I kind of would like to do my version of sleep and rest.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Just, and then it starts to erupt into a slow clap that then erupts into applause as the whole city looks on in gratitude for what you have done for them. And the
So
clapping starts to subside.
Having not heard applause for a long, long time, puffs out his chest, bows. Etc. Off you go. Yeah, come on, people. Nothing to see here. We have a celebration to plan. Happy Havernmas.
A couple of people move off.
The venom.
Into the city. Couple of people remain. We will all be having words. Couple of people remain. Unsure of what to do. As if it doesn't feel right for them to leave, and they just stay and, just look if you need anything. Jorrit picks Pinlacked up, walks over to Lois, and steps off the water onto the shore. Lois looks at the only other true member of the Moon Chasers, or loyal member of the Moon Chasers. Looks up at Jorrit. You're going to be very busy for quite a while. You have a new escort. Keep an eye on him. And you see Pinlacked sort of raise an eyebrow and just... and Lois's gaze snaps to Pinlacked. Keep an eye on him. Do not mistake our mercy for weakness. You have a choice. Make it a good one. And Jorrit moves off with Pinlacked in tow.
Oh, look, it's Luke.
Hey, just steps to the side, and two guards are walking up, and two more behind them. And in the middle, there is a figure. A figure you recognize, Willow. And as the guards part, you see Mother. And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Oh, no, Jiggy!
I want to get to roll credits very, very quickly. Thank you very much to all of my Dawn Takers. Thank you to you at home for watching. Please join us again next time. Where the players keep looking forward to whatever lies beyond Moonwater. Until then, adventurers, keep on keeping on. Peace and love. Good night. explorer's boots drive forward 4 individuals as they trudge through a lush and vibrant landscape. Hills cascade around them as they weave between these crests to a destination up ahead. Dust cakes their boots and their clothes, and we can see that they have been travelling for a very long time. The individuals look tired and dishevelled. A tall, blue-skinned tiefling with long, black hair. 2 humans, one with dark brown skin and a head of long dreads, the other with more olive-coloured skin, brown curly hair and bright brown eyes. We see them pick their way through the underbrush, branches cleared to the side, bushes and fallen logs stepped over, and then they round a corner and see a tumbling collection of runes. Old and forgotten structures, long since crumbling into dust, are piled up before them. They stop for a moment, catching their breath, relieved smiles passing over their faces, having finally reached their destination. All except the 4th individual.
The other individual is a blonde, humanoid woman. As she sees the ruins in the distance, I think her expression changes from one of exhaustion and frustration to hope and curiosity. And I think you see a shift in her body language as she gets a little bit excited. But her eyes are searching around for something that she's looking for, but she can't see.
And as her eyes trace the undergrowth around her, she looks down and kicked underneath a large leafy plant, we see a glint of metal that catches her eye. Reaching down, she picks up a bracelet of some description. The bracelet is constructed of weaving bands of gold metal that interlace together. In the center, there is a beautiful pointed oval gem set into the gold. The gem looks like a dusty dark blue, but as she twists the bracelet, large flecks of red and orange flare within. What is most interesting, however, is that etched into the gold bands that curl towards the center, a series of arcanic runes have been etched. With an inquisitive look on her face, she attempts to put the bracelet around her arm, and it slips on with ease, covering most of her forearm. She runs her fingers over the runes, investigating them with her fingertips before they drift over the gem in the center. A light begins to shine on her face. Suddenly, the runes flare, and the gem starts to glow. Blue and orange light erupt from the gem. The other individuals look behind them to see what's going on, only to see the lights turn red, and they cover their eyes as it flares brightly, encompassing the space around them. And then all of a sudden, the lights vanish. They blink away the afterglow from their eyes as they peer back to where the woman was standing. But the woman is not there.